Well, happy Tuesday. Happy Astrocast, ladies. How are
Best day. I'm doing great. Excited.
I'm good too. A happy Astrocast to both of you and to all of those who celebrate.
Yes.
Yay! And everyone celebrates.
Yes, of
Well,
course.
yeah, I hope so. I think I'm trying to figure what made me late is I was trying to figure out if my
You were having homosexual intercourse.
Jesus.
And we're off.
And yeah, welcome to the show, everybody. While I was having homosexual intercourse, I
thought
was
you were married to Melanie's mom. What happened to that?
well, she likes to mix it up.
He just met my dad.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So
Strong
many
man.
slams from Melanie right now.
Yeah, strong but tender. Yeah. I normally don't make K-cups, but we have like a bunch that I had from like samples and all that stuff. So I've been having like my lunch of coffee and a protein shake for lunch.
Yeah.
And
nice.
I'm trying to figure out like this. It's only filled up like this far. It's supposed to be 8 inches. 8 inches. Oh my God.
Not
Melanie,
beating the allegations right now.
And he's done. And welcome to Astrocast. As you can see, Jeremy has self-exited.
He's
the
overcome
kids
with
say.
shame.
Oh my God. So it's supposed to be eight ounces. It's supposed to be 8 ounces.
Yes. Okay.
And it's only up like, so I'm wondering if my K-cup machine is broken or something because it doesn't see. I don't know. It could be 8. It's like just a normal small cup of coffee, so maybe that's
true.
Ask
that's
Melanie's
true.
dad to take a look at it for you.
And I pay these women. These women charge me money to be on the show, and I pay them.
That's the cost of fame. You always have to have humiliation rituals. So
That's true. That's true.
That's what we're here for.
Any day now, I'll be in a ketamine-fueled rage, running around nude in the streets of Hollywood.
That's a Friday show, it sounds like.
Yeah, that'd be of course I would live stream it. Otherwise, if you're not making any money, why would you even do it? But yeah, how are you two doing? It's been an interesting week so far. We've had a lot of new news and other news that
football season
old.
started great.
Football season did start great for Aaron Devo Rogers
I'm
with
happy about it.
his 4 tutters. That was pretty good.
I do have to say though, Jets do look like a good team though.
Well,
Surprisingly.
all I know is the Packers played them in preseason and they like murdered us. Like but
they're a
you
good
never really
team.
know preseason, but yeah, I mean,
I think they're actually good this season, and Justin Fields has been an amazing fit for them. So
yeah, he'll be all right. The Jets will be improved over last
sure.
year. I don't know how. I mean, I don't think they were going to go into Pittsburgh and win that game anyway.
right, but they came close.
Yeah, they were close, almost as close as that gay quarterback for the Chicago Bears, who choked away a game last night in a game they should have won against
Did you
the
see
Vikings.
that Lamar Jackson push incident?
Yeah, that guy deserved it.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
He should not get. I hope he doesn't get any kind of fine or
So
anything
far,
like
it
that.
looks like that player was ejected from the stadium, and that player apparently is doing interviews wearing a neck brace. So he's really gonna probably try to sue.
The players doing
Or
it,
not the
and that
player,
guy's, the guy.
the fan. Yeah, my
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
And then, but Lamar Jackson basically issued a kind of apology, saying like, "Hey, I shouldn't have done that. I should have let the security handle it." But
Which
I
is
think
true.
it probably was the NFL probably said, "Look, we're not going to fine you if you just say you're sorry."
Yeah.
That's what my guess would be. I think Lamar Jackson was totally in the right on that. That fan shouldn't be putting his hands on any player, and especially in the way that he did. It was completely inappropriate, and yeah,
It'd be a thing.
hate
Like
the
a fan
Ravens.
rushed him or something?
No,
Well,
he was
I know
fine.
this
Go
fan
ahead.
is up in the stands, and while they're walking into their tunnel, or not tunnel, is like
They
on
just
the sidelines.
scored. They were like
He-
celebrating. Yeah.
He was pushing on their helmet, so he was a fan of the opposite team. So he was like pushing.
He hit it. He was like,
so-
yeah, like he hit
And
it.
so then he pushed on Lamar Jackson's helmet, and Lamar
Nope.
Jackson was like, "Bro, no," and he pushed him. back.
Yeah.
Oh.
The way I remember it happening was
or something like
he
that.
never touched Lamar. He hit the
I
other
thought he
guy,
did.
and then
Okay.
Lamar like defended him.
Maybe that
that's
was
how
it.
I saw it.
Maybe that was it. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
it doesn't
fine
matter.
too. That's
Yeah.
fine too. I hate the Ravens. I'm a Steelers fan, but I gotta say Lamar Jackson was in the right for this one.
And I do think, Melanie, you may have been fooled by the neck brace video. I'm pretty sure that's a joke.
Actually, somebody said, well, maybe it was, but
They
I
don't-
just like one of my
Doctors
followers
don't give out
works
those
for-
neck braces anymore.
Right,
Like,
it was probably fake. Like he's probably faking it for just so that he can try to sue or something. But there's no way that the guy actually needed a neck brace. But this one of my followers who like works for
this
different
guy.
does football team stuff. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There's no
Yeah.
way that was legit, that his neck is actually hurt though.
I
No
don't
way.
even think this video is real.
Oh, really? It might be fake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like, look at the way it cuts.
I want to apologize to DeAndre Hopkins, Lamar Jackson, to my family and my friends.
See, he hit
I
DeAndre
let the
there,
moment get the
Yeah.
best of me.
and then Lamar
I
pushed
let
him.
everybody down. I just really wanted the Bills to win, and I never meant to hurt anybody. Also, I was playing against Lamar in fantasy, and I was double angry.
Yeah, I mean,
think
come
this is-
on. Yeah,
Man,
come on. It's
I'm
fake.
like-
It's fake. It's fake.
Okay, that was
Yeah.
my fault.
Well, I didn't
boomer
know.
booking again.
Yeah, I didn't know until he brought up the fantasy thing.
Yeah,
Like,
then it's like okay.
Yeah.
I
Went
won
too
my
far.
fantasy game too because I got Aaron. Well, my friends, we do a draft where somebody will nominate a player and you got to spend your fake money on them.
yeah.
We do that instead of just picking. I got Aaron Rodgers for $1. They were all
That's
laughing
cheap.
at me. And
Yeah.
they were all laughing at me. I got
Bargain
him for
prices,
a steal.
seriously.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he got me so many points. So I
Well,
won.
Yeah, I mean, unless you had Josh Allen, he probably had the most fantasy
Yeah.
points of anybody in the league. So I don't know.
Is Josh
Yep.
Allen the one that just married that female celebrity?
That's correct.
Yes, he
Yes.
did.
Yeah.
I know about sports. Here we go.
Yeah, Claire.
Right.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Can I ask an
She's
unrelated?
our resident WAG counselor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look, I'd be happy to tell you about all of that. I could keep up.
Yeah.
Can I ask a semi-related sports question?
Yes.
Mhm.
Melanie, you said that you hate the Ravens because you're a Steelers fan,
Yes.
but is it like you hate whoever is geographically close to you because they're in the same conference, or like how do you decide who you hate the most? if you have
it's
someone you love
people in the
most?
same division because that will affect your team's success because
Mm.
based off of playoffs and things like that. And so
Well,
it's a rivalry. Everybody
you
in
hate-
our division.
So do you hate the Steelers more than you hate the Eagles? Because they're
Or-
like, I assume they're all the same division, or am I wrong?
Or no, there's like 4 teams per division. So yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
so Steelers are AFC North. So yeah, it's like I hate the Browns, I hate the Bengals, I hate the Ravens.
Okay, I get it. I'm on board. I understand now. So who
Yeah,
does
the-
Jeremy hate? You hate like what?
The Bears, the
not the
Vikings, and the
Bears?
Lions. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, because they're in the same
okay.
division, you know. You know, it's not necessarily geographic because they aren't always real close to you, but it's who could potentially, take. It's the same in any sport.
See,
you
that's
know?
why I would assume if you're a Steelers fan, you hate the Eagles because it's all Pennsylvania. But if
right,
you're not
we're
in the
just
same
we're not
division, I
in the
guess it
same
doesn't matter.
division, so
No.
yeah, they don't.
If
They don't
you're
really
a Steelers
affect me.
fan, if you're a Pittsburgh fan, you have a glutton. You should be embarrassed because they get to have they pretend to be fans of both, and they just
Oh,
bounce between whichever
interesting.
team's doing better.
Some people are, yeah, but I've never been like that. First of all, because I've never lived in Pittsburgh before in my life. People think that I have, and yeah, I like to be an honorary Yinzer, but I've never lived there. I just picked them as my favorite team when I was a little kid and stuck with
And you
them.
stood by
so-
it?
Yeah.
Me too. Me too. That's why when I was young, I was always like for hockey, I was always a New Jersey Devils fan because I just like picked them when I was young, and like same with sports. Like there was always baseball teams that I liked, other than
I
my
had a rule-
geographical. It was more fun that way, by the way, as opposed to being like I have to like my local sports team.
Well, for hockey, I'm a Hartford Whalers fan, but it's really easy to be a Hartford Whalers fan because they don't exist anymore. So I don't need to keep up with them intensely. Like I love
Well-
going to hockey games, but they got sold to the Carolina Hurricanes now. but I don't root for them. I
The
only root for-
Whalers?
Yeah.
I can't even believe that team, they allowed that name to exist.
Look, Connecticut had a thriving industry, and now we have no sports.
Yeah, yeah, that was a thing. Now I want to talk about a couple of stories today. Not before we lose totally everybody because we're talking about sports ball.
I know. I feel bad. I always do.
I wish more of my viewers like sports.
Same.
They're always
Maybe
like,
they'd like it more if we talked about, the
nah.
war. I
They're
mean,
always
like, I can help.
they're like, enjoy your bread circus. Oh, you watch a bunch of nogs running around the court. It's like, these are the comments I get when I'm like tweeting about it. I'm like, fine, I'll just enjoy sports in private. Like, sorry, I grew up liking sports. I watched sports with my dad every day.
Yep.
I watch baseball. I watch football. I don't give a shit if those people hate me. I don't care. You know what? Like,
Yeah.
I'll watch the game. Nowadays, I watch them very differently. I don't really, when I was a total consumer, I would, be up at 11 a.m., 10 a.m. in front of the TV, pre-game, game, post-game, highlights, like all day on Sunday, 10 a.m. till 11 p.m. Now even when I watch a Packer game, I'm doing something else. Like I'm looking for topics for Monday, which is what I did Sunday when I was watching them absolutely crush Detroit. Because I feel like, all right, when I'm not, because nothing worse than when you get older, it's like, shit, man, I wasted 3 hours and I feel bad because they lost and I didn't do anything. So I try to pick up the basement or do something else while I watch it so I don't feel like I totally, wasted my day. Plus, if you're a fan of baseball, you can't. 3 hours, 162 times a year, can't do it.
That's crazy.
Oh, for sure with baseball.
I have it on in the background, usually. Like, I'll have the radio on, I'll listen to him that way, and, otherwise, I'm not I can't sit and watch every game. Like, that would be...
It's a
that would be
lifelong
very
commitment
bad.
at that point. I mean, you're actually having to take out a sizable part of your day.
Yeah.
I understand if you're not into sports and you don't want to watch them, but for me, I have decided that it's a part of regional culture and we should want to promote regionalism. So I'm back into it in an anthropological way. I don't know the rules to anything.
I
but,
like it.
Also,
Yeah,
it's fun
I
to go
buy
to
that.
sports games sometimes,
Oh, it's a lot of fun. The best.
the best.
Well, we go to we don't have a professional hockey team, but we go to our minor league hockey team games, and they're always a ton of fun.
I
They're
love
like
minor league hockey and baseball are often way more fun than professional.
Oh yeah.
College football games are really fun too.
Mm-hmm.
I went to an XFL game and it was super fun.
What's XFL?
That's like a not pro,
They
but
keep
not,
trying to make it a thing.
Yeah, they keep trying to make it a thing, but it keeps
Is it
COVID
fired?
killed it once and then they brought it back. I went right before it shut down from the COVID stuff. I went and saw the
Remember
Dallas
He
Renegades.
Hate Me? Remember He Hate Me? He made it to the NFL. There was a guy, because they had funny names. They didn't put their real names on their jersey. So I just remember the guy whose name was He Hate Me. And he made it to the Carolina Panthers as a return guy.
Wow. Yeah,
So-
that's the thing is it's basically players that aren't good enough for the NFL, but they're in
they're good.
this smaller scale league, and some retired NFL players will coach teams and things like that.
So it's minor leagues for football.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
I-
Yeah, that's close enough for Hannah Claire.
It's fun. I had a blast watching them.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. I bet nobody expected Esther Katz to be also a sports podcast. So I'm
I
very
know.
proud of her.
Yeah. Well, it's more fun to watch sports when you don't have any emotions on the line.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
I go to a minor league hockey game, I'm totally into it, and I don't if the Admirals lose, I don't care.
Yeah.
My life just carries on. Everything's fine. It doesn't really matter if they lose. Let's talk about what I am dubbing the Daniel Penny effect, although it's probably bigger than that. We all know what happened in this horrific attack, right? Here, this woman is seen covering her eyes, crying with a stab wound. You can see she's covered in blood. And not a single person on that train got up and moved to help her. Not one.
Wow.
And if you look at the longer video, he's just this dude walked right past her. This guy walked right past her. This is extremely disheartening. And, by the way, there's also, it's not just black guys. There's one white guy also out of picture who's just literally standing there the whole time. Nobody goes there to try and render aid. I don't know how bad the attack was. I mean, a blade that size into your neck, you're probably not surviving that. It's probably, but she survived it enough to be not even covering the wound, but crying and covering her eyes.
Goodness,
so I don't really know. I don't know, how bad the injury was.
Well, and I'm sure she's just like in total shock. I mean, if you like look the picture below where you're hovering, she's like looks terrified.
Well, here's a picture too. Like she's just looking down. She's covered in blood already. She doesn't even know what happened to her. This fat chick's like, what's going on? This guy just walks right past her.
Wow.
There's a white guy out of frame who also does literally nothing. This is really, really sad. Like, I just...
It's subway. I mean, you see in those subway videos as well. Like when people are... Like that one guy that was just on fire in the subway and everybody's just like recording and not even trying to help. It's crazy.
Where do you think it comes from? Do you think it's like they have seen assaults or whatever on transportation before and so they're just numb to it? Or do you think it's like if I get involved, he'll come after me, so I'm just going to do nothing response?
Well, it's probably a combination of both things because he was still pacing around with the knife at this time.
Yeah.
But nobody bothers to like try and detain him. Nobody bothers to try and get involved. They're all just standing there. I imagine that has to be some amount of shock.
Yeah.
Like you're probably sitting there like, what did he just like, what is even happening?
Especially if it happens really fast, like you don't necessarily see the knife. You think he just hit her. Like I could understand some confusion, but like to do nothing completely or to just be like, I don't know. There is a sort of weird numbness to it that you don't want your society to fall into.
Yeah.
Yeah. My goodness.
I mean, if the guy's still hovering around with a knife, do you want to get involved? Probably not. Probably not.
It is a big difference from Daniel Penny.
You're unarmed.
Right,
the guy's got a knife. I don't know. I don't know if I blame someone for not wanting to jump in the middle of that,
No, I understand that. I mean, again, to contrast it to Daniel Penny, it's kind of interesting because, again, he wasn't the only one who decided to confront the guy on the train. The guy on the New York City subway was making more threats. There had been other calls. Like, it seemed like it had been sort of bubbling for a minute. Whereas in this case, on this train, it sort of seems like maybe the man was being weird, but not more than you expect from someone on a train. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you see a lot of crazy stuff on trains.
Right. And if you have like,
That's
if you
true.
see a guy who's like shouting and he's yelling stuff, and so you're like kind of, if you're someone who's going to intervene, you're mentally preparing, like, this seems like it's escalating. I might have to step in. Whereas if you're on the train and it's just someone talking to themselves and you're just like, well, I'll ignore it. And then all of a sudden he attacks someone. I could understand being like, having a hesitation of like, what do I do now? It's just sad that like this girl is crying. She's clearly been hit. And like, it doesn't seem like anyone is like, are you okay? You know what I mean?
Nobody says anything. I watched the whole video. Nobody says anything.
Wow.
Nobody even tries to like go over and comfort her. And like, this is why I always say, like, PSA, folks, please go to the American Red Cross website. You can get trained in first aid. It takes one Saturday a year. And like, I always travel with a first aid kit. Although if I was on transit, I might not have it. But in this particular case, you would apply pressure to the wound and hope for the best. But most people don't know that, and they don't know how much pressure to apply, and they don't know where to do it or how to do it. You can't really do a tourniquet on a neck wound, but like I think it's every year, every other year you have to get certified. And like, I feel ready. Like if something happened, I could probably I'd have a good shot at saving someone's life. Like I feel if I have my car nearby, I have a first aid kit in my car. I have tourniquets in my car. It costs me $100 to buy everything. It sits in my glove compartment. Hopefully I never have to use it. But like, this like, she probably would have survived if she had even the most basic level of first aid.
Wow.
I've seen some horrific injuries. You know that guy on YouTube who he's a gun tuber and his 50 cal blew up. Do you remember that? Did you ever see that story?
No,
I don't know.
His channel is called Kentucky Ballistics. He had a 50 cal. It exploded and severed his carotid artery in his neck. and he was in the middle of nowhere. His dad was with him and called 911, and they said, like, basically cram your thumb in it. He was like selling shirt, and like, Chad knows, put a stick of thumb in it. He had to drive for like a half an hour with that injury, meet an ambulance, and he survived.
Wow.
So like, you can survive. Chad knows, stick a thumb in it. Yeah,
I know.
Viva's in there. He knows. Like, did
they then make merch out of this, or is that
he did make merch? Yeah, he did. He did make merch. But like, he survived a horrific neck injury because there was someone around him that acted, that like acted quickly.
Yeah.
And like, I just feel like we're in a low trust society,
Right.
and it's sad.
It's such a tough situation with the guy still being that. You know what I mean? Like it's a scary situation.
I don't know what you do. Well, the first rule of first aid is to check the scene. Is it safe for you to render aid?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And in that particular case, it is not safe.
Right.
Like, to get involved. Like, you probably just keep your head down and hope he doesn't stab you too.
Right. I mean, in that case, like, it's hard. You don't know what you're going to do in these situations, and it's hard to know what the environment was like on the train. It doesn't seem to me in the video like that was necessarily what was going on. It does seem like people were definitely trying to be like, I don't want to be a part of whatever's going on here.
Yeah.
But I would bet that even if that guy had gotten off the train, I don't know that people would have intervened. And I hate to say that, but it's just like, I think that we have a blind eye culture when it comes to certain types of
If
crime
anyone on
and
that train
assault.
was armed, they would have,
Right.
Well, but
they would
like,
have
you
reason
feel
to say that I have
empowered,
a threat.
but like, you feel empowered to help someone if you need to, because you have the training and because you have like the gear on you. Like, I feel like there are a lot of people who are like, well, I couldn't do what could I do? So I did nothing. And like, I understand having to weigh your own safety. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that, but it does in this case. Like, did no one look at this girl and just be like, are you okay? As she was like crying and bleeding. Like, it's a little sad, but I don't want to be too judgmental, because again,
it's
like,
tough because
I wasn't there. Like, who knows what the environment of that train was like.
He was just, I'll tell you what it was like. He was pacing up and down this aisle with a knife that was covered in blood, dripping with blood.
it's scary because you could think,
Terrifying.
oh, is he gonna come back and stab me too
Yeah.
if I help her or something?
If I help her, yeah.
It's a really, really tragic situation. Really sad, and it would be really difficult to know how we would act without being there.
Yeah, I think the fact that he was armed, I give kind of a bit of like, maybe once a guy got off the train or something like that, people like, tried to help her, but like, the media was also trying to pretend this wasn't a race issue, when in fact it was. He was heard immediately after stabbing her. He said, I got that white bitch. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Wow.
Apparently the culprit also cut himself. That's what all the blood on the floor was. Oh, okay. Yeah,
it's not safe. Like in these kind of settings and stuff. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, as a white girl, you don't want to be at night on a bus like this in this setting at all. You just don't.
Hannah Claire tried to go to the CVS alone in downtown Detroit.
In the middle of the day.
Some black man was like, "What are you doing?"
What?
Yeah, he like crossed in front of me. I had my baby with Melanie wasn't here, so I told the story. He like crossed in front of me and was like, "You shouldn't be alone here with your baby." And
wow.
I was like, oh, thank you. I mean, I didn't really say anything. I just kept walking.
Yeah.
But it's I think situational awareness is important, and in this case, like, obviously, it's really tragic. I said this yesterday, but Melanie, I don't know if you had this reaction when you saw this video. Like, when she sits in that seat, I just want to scream, "Don't sit there!" You know what I mean?
I know.
Like,
sit in the front of the bus,
sit in the
all
front,
by yourself.
stand, like, be somewhere that you are more aware. And it's not to be mean to anybody on the bus. It's just like, you're picking to sit in kind of a dangerous position, especially if you're going to get buried in your phone, probably because you're uncomfortable. Like,
right.
If you're giving advice to young women traveling in public, like, being alert and aware is one of them. And I feel like, unfortunately, this person didn't do that. And
now she's dead.
Yeah.
If she would have been a little more racist, she'd still be alive today. Guaranteed.
That is true. That's the thing is
Look.
as women too, we just have to be careful. When
You
I
have
was
to be
younger,
sexist.
I used to
Men have to be, or women have to be.
We do. And I used to travel all the time alone when I was like going to gaming events constantly. And I was always traveling alone for a lot of those trips. And I'm a lot more cautious now than I was back then, but I just think, wow, you kind of think you're invincible.
Well, you
or,
get one
I can
psycho
handle myself.
psycho
I
trucker
can,
stalker, and now you
yeah.
now you said to be a huge wimp
Well,
about it.
And I think you like, if you were walking alone down a dark alley at night, you would have behaved differently. But like a lot of times I think people are like, oh, I'm in public and so nothing's going to happen, but like this is an example of like someone is unhinged and isn't deterred by witnesses. Like they don't care. They're going to be violent no matter what. I think often, and it's not wrong, women are like, well, if you're alone, if it's dark, if you're whatever, like that's when you have to be nervous. But you can just be paranoid all the time. Might be worth it,
Well, and
nobody ever lost their life from crossing the street.
It's like a lot of these like predominantly black neighborhoods are just not safe. It's just reality. And you have to recognize that it doesn't mean that you don't like black people, but it's just like, hey, I'm a white girl and here I am in a predominantly black area in a bus at night. It's not safe.
Yeah, I mean, how many more will have to die before, like if I'm on a bus like this, I'm not even sitting with my back. I'm sitting side saddle.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why use your back to anyone on this train?
Yeah.
Like, I used to take the train all the time to like different cities, and like you just either stand or you sit with like your back to the wall. Like, it's better to be careful than to have anything happen. And again, I don't want to like beat up this poor girl. Obviously, what she went through was awful.
Yeah, she's already dead.
But
Hannah
like,
Claire, geez.
Well, I mean, I feel guilty about it, but I also want to be like, why? Like, what is happening? I know people are bringing up that I guess in some video of her, there's like a Black Lives Matter
Who cares?
flag on the door.
I hate that.
That doesn't matter.
That. Who cares?
Exactly. Yeah. It's.
There was a tweet like that had like her room with BLM on it, and like it has like 200,000 likes. I'm like, you guys, you're all ghouls.
Wow.
Like that. Like what you're really saying is one like equals she got what she deserved for having a stupid BLM poster up. You know, like
she didn't deserve that.
I hate that.
This is why that is a result of godless politics.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And this is why I don't align with a lot of people who may say that they're on the same side as me, but if they are godless, then it's like, no, we're not on the same side. I don't care if we vote the same. If you do not have God in your life and you don't believe in God, then we're not on the same side, because godless politics are just blood sports. It's not, there's no real actual purpose behind it. So
I agree.
That's what that is.
Let's get some super chats. We have a goal of just 5 yellows on YouTube today. Let's see if we can get to it. Nate says, normal people like sports. It's okay to be normal. The world needs to go back to normal.
I like that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ace Diamond says, hockey, that's my jam. Go Wings, go Griffins. President Ball says they'd probably be arrested if they tried to help. Yeah, probably. And they had so many videos like this one in the train and the knockout game videos. They're always staring at their phone. Is that what's making them targets? Well, it's part of it, because they see you're not paying attention, right? Like, get your face out of your phone. I mean, I know it's crazy, but look, when I got attacked, it was like my back was turned to the guy. Like, when I sit in restaurants, I don't sit with my back to the door. I know I'm not like thinking I'm the Tony Montana or whatever, but the way I sit in restaurants, I want to see what's going on. And like, I had an old army buddy of mine. Well, he's still an army buddy of mine. That's how he always was too. He's like, I don't sit with my back to the door. Someone comes in that door, wants to rob this place. I need to see what's going on. I don't want anybody to, nobody can get the drop on me. And like, it's not, okay, call it paranoid. Fine. What's the penalty for being paranoid? Well,
in this case, I think her being on her phone, like I agree. I think people just get absorbed with their phone, but I also think in this case, it might be because she is uncomfortable. So she's just like trying to be, you know what I mean? So in that case, like I feel bad that you are clearly uncomfortable on whatever's going on, like this train ride or whatever. But like, you can't just give in to the instinct to like pretend you're not there by getting absorbed by your phone. Like that is dangerous, even if it feels emotionally comforting.
Yeah. It's just see some of my ex-Marine boyfriends like that. Yeah, I mean, it's a really easy thing to do. Like a lot of times, a restaurant, I'll be like, hey, can I sit over there instead? They don't care. You know, I'll wait for a different table. I don't want to, sit with my back to the kitchen and the front door. Like I just want to see stuff pops off. I want to be able to make a quick exit.
Jeremy rolling out.
Yeah, I want to know. Artie Trolls for 10 says, I can see a lot of people being misunderstood on the BLM poster comments. I feel like some people myself were pointing out that she felt safe due to the indoctrination of BLM. It's possible. It might not have even been her sign. It might have been a roommate. It might have been, she's just a shit lib. Like, it's the same way with like, when the people are like, well, were they vaccinated? I'm like, dude, like, have a soul.
Yeah, I don't like to see when people celebrate when somebody died because of their vaccine, or like, okay, like vindicated. And it's like, I get it that, yeah, those of us who spoke out against mandating vaccines and all this stuff, and those of us who didn't get the jab, like I think it's pretty safe to say nobody who didn't get it regrets not getting it.
Yeah.
But we can't be celebrating when people are dying from the vaccine.
Well, look, I will allow it if they were a total prick about it or something like that. Like if they were, saying people who don't get it, I'll allow that.
Don't deserve to live. Like, because some people did say things like that. And it's like, well, they reaped what they sowed. I get that situation. But if it's just.
If Kimball dies of myocarditis, I'm going to laugh.
Right.
But, for regular people, who maybe just got bullied into it. I like Boobies with the second yellow on YouTube says, how far do you guys think this new age of white noticing will go? How far should it go? I'm here for it, but the last time whites collectively noticed, millions unalived. Yeah, that's true. I think the white noticing will continue. I really do. There's a level of fatigue that you can just feel in the air. That, quite frankly, I talked about this yesterday. Like, I've said shit out loud now that I never thought I would say 2 years ago.
Right.
Like and it's just like,
Same.
I'm fatigued. Like, I just, I don't let my wife go to the Germantown Walmart because there's too many people not from around here going there. And I say it loud and proud. Like I heard my wife talking to her grandma on the phone the other day, and she's like, Jeremy doesn't let me go there. I was like, what? And she's like, she wanted me to meet at Germantown Walmart. I said, oh yeah, nope. You can go to the Walmart in Pewaukee, or you can go to the Walmart in West Bend, but no, you can't go to Germantown Walmart because it's full of people from the city.
Right.
Can't believe you let her grandma go there, Jeremy. Come on.
She's not my responsibility. My wife is my responsibility. And like, I just don't, I never would have said that 5 years ago. And it's because I'm fatigued. I'm inundated with articles of like, remember when Rick Moranis got knocked out by some random black dude? I was just like, I'm over this shit. Like, I'm over it. I don't care. Somebody had they posted like some sort of anime meme. I posted something like, it's not racist to be sick of seeing white people killed by black people kind of thing.
Yeah.
And somebody was like, there was like an incoming "you're racist" thing. And it was just like, I don't care. Like, I don't care anymore. Call me whatever you want. Stop killing my people. When you stop killing my people, I'll stop being fatigued about it.
Yeah, and one thing that doesn't make matters any better is when we say anything like this or speak about any of the violence that goes around in these black communities and stuff, and then you'll see some black people on social media with their rebuttal of like, try saying this to a black person, try saying, and
you'll get violent?
Find out.
You're
and it's like,
violent?
Okay, you're making it worse. Whenever we say something that you don't like, that you're gonna meet us with violence, you're not beating the violence allegations, and you're not, it's like you're only validating what we're saying.
Yeah, I always think that's funny when the say it to my face thing, I'm like, what? Are you gonna prove what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're gonna prove my point?
Are you gonna suffer a mental health crisis and kill me? Is that what's gonna happen? Are you gonna feel disrespected?
Do you guys remember when Candace Owens made that video after George Floyd and was like, why does the Black community continue to glorify the lowest common denominator? I feel like I think about that. I think she's really eloquent in it. And I think about that a lot because it's like, if you were to try and describe like Black culture, or if you see what's depicted as like Black culture in the media or what's celebrated, like it doesn't actually seem that great to me. And I think often of like, the collapse in church attendance or the increase in fatherlessness, like what the modern day pop culture media tells you is like cool, acceptable way to behave doesn't necessarily mean that was like what were the values of that community way back in the day. And in some ways, I find myself thinking about this like glorifying the lowest common denominator. So if your response to being like, hey, the number one killer of young Black men is other Black men, you're like, say that to my face. You're like, so you agree this is what you want. Like,
exactly.
you are going for the lowest common denominator.
You agree that you're violent and unpredictable.
Yeah,
okay.
And you don't want to change, you know, like that's the thing. We're always hearing like the system is against us, or like medicine is putting Black women at risk, or the jails aren't working, they're targeting Black men, but there's never a like, hey, what else is going on? Like, are you willing to agree that there is higher rates of violence in this community? Or do we just have to pretend forever like this is not the case while also being told that it's everyone else's fault? Like, of course, people are tired of this, partially because I think people within this community are tired of it. Like, I'm sure there are lots of people who don't want to live amongst it.
Hannah Claire, that's exactly like, that is one of the biggest lies the media and the left has ever told. That inner city Blacks are cool with crime. You think they want to get shot?
Right.
They don't want that either. Like, it's like, well, what are you going to do? No, if you go down in the inner city, you talk to old timers, you know what? They're trapped there. They don't have the money or means to leave. You think anybody over 50 years old in Chicago would be mad if the National Guard rolled up there and the murder stopped? Of fucking course not.
Yeah.
There's this whole thing like, we don't want you here. Bullshit. I want you to go down to like 2nd Ave and Valete, Milwaukee. Go down to Martin Luther King Drive. And you go and you talk to anybody who's over 50 and you ask them if they would give 2 ripping shits if there was a National Guardsman on every corner. They would not care. They would be like, cool, I could go to the grocery store without getting robbed. Cool, I like this. Oh, you can hire Black people. You can hire from within the community to, you know, you can hire Black National Guardsmen too, and you can put them to work. Cool. Like there's this whole thing where like, oh, people of Detroit, they don't want Trump's National Guard there. Bullshit. I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe white liberals who live in the suburbs don't. I don't buy it. Steinman over on YouTube, I drive my friends and family crazy because I won't sit with my back to the door or high traffic areas in restaurants or other public. My wife's gotten used to it. And it's gotten to the point now where she just like will tell people like, Jeremy's not going to sit there. Like, if I'm not making the reservation, like the restaurants I go to know because I always book the same tables.
Yeah.
But like, she'll just say, no, that table's no good. Like Jeremy's not going to sit there.
She's such a mob wife. I really like it.
Yeah. Nah, that's not going to work for my husband. D. Schwartz Creek says the callous nature of it all is pure evil. How is there not one brave soul on board to at least do something to neutralize the threat? Again, are you going to take on a deranged man with a knife, unarmed? You lose. You're going to get cut for sure, at minimum. Knife fights are extremely dangerous. They will often win in a gunfight at close range. You know, like it's
right. And looking at the people there, you've got women and you've got men who are smaller than this guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's not like young, healthy, you know,
This guy, the guy in the back, this guy maybe.
It's hard to tell.
This guy maybe, but like, what are you gonna do? Stand up and get stabbed too? Like, I just, you know, I don't know about all that.
They look small. Like, look at that guy in the middle when he's standing there. Like, they look like
this
like
guy's
right
a manlet.
There. Yeah, they look small. Yeah.
Dingus Khan says, Jeremy, do you remember when that guy broke into the Brewers Stadium and stole the lawnmower? I don't remember that.
Wow.
Was that Miller Park? Was that Miller Park or County Stadium? By the way, if you become a member on YouTube, you get 1 free super chat every month. So that's just fun to know. JJ from Iowa says, simply looking around while walking can save your life. 100%. I get on my wife all the time about this. Like, there's many times that I'll pull up next to her and I can be driving right next to her and like waving at her and she won't see or notice. Like, that drives me up a wall. I'm like, look around. You can't just drive your car looking straight forward all the time. What if there's a car, crossing the center line? Or what if there's all sorts of things you got to be looking at. I'm not saying you have to live your life like some kind of crazed, PTSD soldier hiding in a tree. I'm just saying, like, pay attention. What's going on? And there's been plenty of times that I'll see stuff like in a bar, fellas. Many, many times I can tell you. You see a man and woman arguing in a bar, fucking leave. Just leave. Mm-hmm. Leave. Because only one of two things is going to happen, and you don't want any part of either one of them. Like, just don't be there. Don't be there when the cops arrive. And there have been many times that I've seen stuff popping off, and I just leave. I'm not getting involved in that. I have to go. I have to get out. I'm not going to get arrested. I got too much to lose. And that's the thing that it sounds really conceited. I don't care. It's just how I approach life. Like, somebody disrespects me at a bar. What am I going to do? Punch him and let him sue me for everything I own?
Right.
No, I'm going to fucking walk away. Like, you could call me whatever you want, but I'm not going to, like, I tell this, I use that line all the time. You want to go to jail or you want to go home? Like, I'm not getting involved in anything. I don't want to, like, give anyone an excuse.
Did you follow Cardi B's assault trial at all?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did.
Best moments ever. But what she said was like, I knew she wanted my money. And the lawyer was like, how did you know that? She's like, she's suing me for $25 million.
That's how I fucking knew. Right, exactly. Yeah. Pac-Man says, good afternoon, Jeremy, Melanie, Hannah, Claire, Melanie. Since you live in Texas, can you thank Jerry Jones for sending us Micah Parsons? I know, that was nice. We'll see. It was one game. It was one game. Now, let's see how the defense looks the rest of the season. She trusted, Dork Nestering says, she trusted criminals because they were black. That's the point. Not because she was BLM and deserved it. Correct. Fair. That's fair. She could also have been totally naive.
I think that's probably a big part of it.
maybe
Especially knowing that she's from Ukraine, and so she's gotten to America where we like.
How long has she been here? Has she been here like a month?
Propaganda.
Does she even know? Yeah. Does she even know? Does she know you don't sit around?
Right.
Does she even know that being a small white girl on a train full of men in general is probably, you probably wait for that next train. You don't even get on.
It's really sad.
You Win With Christ says, I found Melanie from her F-bomb she dropped for Kamala voters, and love and follow all you guys, fellow Packers fans from Texas. Let's go. Oh, shout out. Yeah, shout out.
You. I like the idea that people are like finding Melanie. They're like, well, when she dropped this one, but when she dropped this one.
Well, we don't get a lot of Buttergirl references, but we do get the Bundle 6 word.
Yep.
By the way, Joker says, I can't help but be reminded of the girl a couple of years back who left the bar and was so interested in her phone that she got in the wrong car thinking it was an Uber and she got murdered. That's correct.
That happens way more than you like.
That happens a lot.
It's one of the reasons that Uber is like, you can be like, who are you here for? They like,
right. You ask them, what is my name?
You gotta be careful. I had a dude pretending like he was my Uber before, and it wasn't my actual Uber. And I knew it was. I could tell by the picture. He's, oh, I'm your Uber. I was like, no, you're not.
You're
not.
No, it gets really dangerous, especially like I knew a like distant girl who like got into what she thought was an Uber while intoxicated, and she was like really horrible things happened to her. It's very dangerous. So yeah, be safe out there.
Yeah.
Shout out. YouTube's popping off. Raleigh Jefferson for 5 says, Hannah Claire, I'm a huge fan of your work. You're a kind, impressive, nice, and outgoing. And you're also a cheerful and sincere, intelligent, noble optimist. Now, wait, what does every first letter spell? Does it call her like a nincompoop or something?
I was gonna say, like, did I pay for this super chat? Like, it sounded nice at first.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got you. I see you. Hey, if you're gonna super chat, I know I got you. I put it together. If you're from the casino and you want to super chat $5, you're welcome to. I hope you're here. I'm glad for your $5. Evodio Tovar says, I taught my 10-year-old daughter combat hunting tactics. So she's good at situational awareness. That she catches me slipping when I'm not paying attention. That's the dream. Yeah, that's the dream. just pay attention, guys. And fellas, if you have a wife or a girlfriend or a boyfriend that you care about, or a sister, you know, don't scare them, but just be like, hey, put your fucking phone down when you're out in public and keep an eye on what's going on.
You know that
you get sucked into a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you know that stereotype, like girls always go to the bathroom together. Like, that's a good thing. Train your daughters.
That is a good thing.
Make them move in packs.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. There's this topic I had. Greta Thunberg's Freedom Flotilla. Oh, by the way, actually, shout out, nice big crowd today. We got 16,000 on Rumble, 600 on YouTube. Really glad to see all of you. And thank you for all the super chats on YouTube. Those go a long way, and on Rumble as well. And people who are joining as or subscribing on Twitch. Very, very cool. Why don't you two, let me give you guys your shout out opportunity here while we've got such a big crowd. Let the people know where they can find your content and how they can support you. Why don't you start, Hannah Claire, since I accidentally put you on top today.
So this is my show today.
You know, my mom called it out. She said there was some, she's going to get mad that I said this. There was some like promotional thing that maybe I put out for the giveaway or something like that. That, by the way, I shipped out the PS5, and the Meta PC winner never contacted me back.
Oh.
So what, free Meta PC?
Somebody won a free Meta PC's gaming computer and never emailed me back. So
what confidence to be able to win things and not collect them. Bold.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait a few more days before I pick a new winner, though. Like maybe they're on vacation or maybe they're something like that. But I'll probably do it to support my second channel. But
check your spam folders, guys, in case it went there.
Yeah. So my mom called out some banner. I don't know if it's a banner, is it a Rumble banner or something? She's like, I noticed that they put Hannah Claire first on your banner and not you. You should be first. And I was like,
should be.
I know.
That's totally a mom thing to say.
I know. I mean, mad respect, Mom. I didn't even know, but apparently must have been gnawing at her for some amount of time.
She's gonna throw hands. She's gonna think I emailed in, like I'm usurping your power.
Yeah. I'm like, I should ask her today. Maybe she's watching the show. Mom, let me know what image, and I will definitely make her really tiny on it.
Yeah, I know that I don't make the banner, so I didn't do this myself, you know?
Yeah,
like,
no, I told her that. I said my graphic designer did it, and I'm sure, I'm like, honestly, it's better for me to have pretty girls on the banner. I should be like a tiny little, you make it like a micro, like JD Vance has like the big head thing, make my head really tiny, and then put
and your mom is like, you are beautiful. You should be the whole banner.
But, yeah. Shout out to my mom. Love and respect to you. By the way, I have to help her take her pool down in like a week or two too, which is always a task.
Summer's ending.
Yeah. Let them know where to get you, where to find your content, Hannah Claire.
You can find my content on Rumble and YouTube. It's Hannah Claire B in both places. I should have a video up right now, it should have just gone up, talking about some news you may have missed in the past, including a really fiery speech from Senator Eric Schmidt, and also the fact that Bill Belichick's girlfriend is trying to trademark the term gold digger.
Yeah.
No one talked about it, but I care. So we're all going to talk
bad.
about
She's like, she's not beating the
charges.
No,
wow.
Yeah. Bill Belichick, man. And then I know you probably don't know this, but like he also got absolutely BTFO'd in his first game. Yeah, he got blown out.
Oh yeah.
Not a good look.
It's all bad. So go check out that video. It just went up. Thanks to you guys who have already supported my channel. You can subscribe, keep up with the stuff that I post. I'll have another video up shortly. You can also follow me on X. It's Hannah Claire B there as well. Thanks so much, guys. Melanie, where can they find you?
All right, you guys can find me at Bible Time with Melanie Mack. I've been posting Bible verses of the day every single day, and then topics that just help us through our day-to-day life, and how seeking Jesus through any situation will help us. And then I've been putting a lot of time into gaming streams most weekdays at Melanie Mack, or if you just search Melanie Mack gaming streams. I've been having a blast with that. So playing Resident Evil 4 Remake.
By the way, girls, you should send me the URLs to your channels. I'll start putting them in the description so it's easier for people to subscribe to you. Shout out to, we got a lot of show left, but I have started a second channel. It's called Jeremy Hambley. It's both on YouTube and on Rumble, just under my actual name. Taking back the SEO, which has already been successful. Now, when you search my name, the entire first page is all me, which is great. But also,
your mom is like, finally.
Yeah. So it's on Rumble. It's on YouTube. Links in the description. We already have 500 subscribers on YouTube or on Rumble. What's crazy is on YouTube, there's 89,000 already. Now, granted, it was like a dead channel that I revived. Now, Melanie's going to know a little bit more about this than HC, but here's what I think is weird, okay? Dead channel had like 75,000 subscribers on it, right? 78,000, I think.
A classic.
I started uploading to it. Again, 85,000 subscribers yesterday. It's up like to 89 now because I'm promoting it. But look at this, 36,000, 35,000, 39,000 views for a channel with 80,000 subs. That's crazy. I had a video I uploaded yesterday to a channel with 1.8 million subs that didn't get 40,000 views. There's something going on weird.
There really is. Like,
there's something weird.
I did not expect, because I brought my gaming streams back to an old dead channel that just the algorithm hated it. You know, sometimes that happens. The algorithm will change and then it hates that channel now because, oh, this one was so random. So I had to make a new channel. Well, I go back to my old channel and the streams are getting pushed out and it's going great. So,
isn't that weird?
Do you think it like doesn't want some channels to get too big? Like, can it be like, that's enough for you?
Well,
no,
I don't know.
It just depends on like what the algorithm is favoring at the moment. And I know at the time, like with my old channel, they used to on YouTube, you just uploaded everything on one channel and it was your catch-all for everything. So I would post like gaming stuff. I would post vlogs. Oh,
Live,
here's a video
shorts.
about my cat. Like it was just a bunch of different catch-all. And then YouTube changed their algorithm back in like, I don't know, 2015 or so. Yeah. And was like, oh, now we want everything to be compartmentalized. Oh, you have one channel for gaming, one channel for IRL content, one channel for unboxings. And they wanted everything. So then the channels that were more random and catch-all were suffering in the algorithm. So I don't know. And now all of a sudden that channel's doing better than it was before. So it's like,
and you just revived it kind of on a whim. Like Jeremy's trying to reclaim his name. You were like, I just want to use this.
Mine, I was just like, I need to just spend some time doing stuff that I really like right now. And you know, I was like, I really miss doing gaming streams. Let me put more time into doing that and take a break from my Go Boom channel and just give it a couple weeks to a month and then we'll see. But it's been going great. So I didn't expect it to. I was like, oh, okay, it's an old channel I haven't uploaded to in forever. It's probably not going to reach hardly anybody. And it's not necessarily like viral status or anything, but it's doing a lot better than I thought it would. So
that's the weird thing with this channel. Now, right now, I'm doing the community post thing every time I upload a video there. So it's getting more views than it rightfully should. So we'll see like next week after I stop community posting every new video, what the actual like view to subscriber breakdown is. But for most old channels, like 10% of your subs watching a video is pretty good.
Oh yeah.
You know,
oh, that's great.
So the fact that it's 45% on that channel is very odd. By the way, thanks everyone for super chatting on YouTube. We made our goal today.
Yay!
So thank you so much. Shady Sorcerer also subscribed with Prime over on Twitch. Now let's talk about Greta Thunberg's quote unquote drone attack. Have you seen this? Have you guys seen this?
No.
I know she's on the flotilla.
She's on the Freedom Flotilla. She allegedly, the news was that she got attacked by a drone. A drone firebombed her boat. But it would appear that it was, in fact, a cigarette, not a drone. Now, I don't know if...
How do you even, like,
how do you confuse the two?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. First they said it was a flare, then they said it was a cigarette. Here's the video. Oh, my God, help! These are all soy boys. Like, instead of putting a blanket over the fire, they're running around yelling help. Like, bro, you're on a boat. It's literally the worst place ever to have a fire. Get on it. By the way, who's this boat watching them? You know, they have an escort.
All their managers are.
They're dumping
Yeah.
all their soylent on it. At least do that. I mean,
Let me find the other video. Like I would have covered it, but Tim covered it, and so. But the news said that they tried to say it was a drone attack. The other person said here, breaking new footage from Greta's boat shows a crew member misfiring a flare, which lands back on the boat. Hold on a sec. Now, I don't know why you're firing flares, to be honest with you.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, just
The
for the
flare thing
viral
is-
moment?
Yeah, the flare thing is also weird, unless it was completely, it was a complete lie. Like it was like a complete setup. Wait for it here. See, he jumped out of the way. Now, I
Wait,
don't
that
know.
looks like more than a cigarette, though.
It's definitely not a cigarette. And it definitely fell out of the sky because you can see him up and looking.
If that's a cigarette. Where do you buy them?
Yeah, right.
You're saying it fell out of the sky. I thought he was like, he like fired it and it like arched back down. He was like, oh no, I fired at our own boat.
Here he says he said it was clearly a drone. That was not a drone.
I was standing in the back part of the ship, the aft deck, and I heard a drone. Well, it was clearly a drone. Then I got out of the
No, he didn't.
cover, saw a drone clearly about 4 meters above my head. Called someone. We were looking at the drone just above our heads, really. It stopped close to us and then moved slowly to the forward part of the ship and dropped what was obviously a bomb.
It was not a bomb. Like it was. I mean, it was definitely not a bomb. Like it was 100% not a bomb.
Jeremy, you're supposed to believe all women. Come on.
He's like, it was obviously a drone. Clearly a drone. Obviously a
I
bomb.
cannot state this enough. Definitely a drone.
Yeah, and like I don't know a lot of bombs that don't explode. Like
Right.
it was a flare, very obviously. Was it a drone that had a flare attached to it? Okay, maybe. By the way, when they say drone, they want you to think military drone. What they're actually talking about is like a DJI, like personal drone.
Right.
That's what it
Like
is.
they're vlogging the trip and the drone fell out of the sky.
By the way, everyone, I'm running out of time on that free month of Rumble Premium. So if you want a free month of Rumble Premium, there's a link in the description. Promo code free quartering. Get your free month free. Don't forget today. Yeah, it was obviously bomb. Let's hear it.
On the forward part of the deck, there was a huge explosion.
A huge explosion?
Huge.
Did that look like a huge explosion to you? It looked.
No.
He's very disoriented. It's very weird.
To fire, big flame, we could have been killed, right? So we know that these humanitarian missions.
Oh my God!
Wait, what is he gonna say?
I want to go to the original here. Yeah.
Was on the forward part of the deck. There was a huge explosion, lots of fire, big flame. We could have been killed, right? So we know that these humanitarian missions have been attacked over and over again. We know how dangerous this is.
No, they haven't been.
People have been
Don't
killed
they just
in
get,
Gaza.
caught and turned away.
By the way, look what's in his hand right here.
Oh.
A flare gun.
Huh.
Oh.
It would have made more sense if he was like, there was a drone, so I tried to fire a flare gun at it to shoot it down because we thought it was a threat. You know what I mean? Like,
That's the thing is when these people will lie about these kind of things and you can't trust anything they say. Any of their activism, that's one thing that's annoying is a lot of these people who are activists for this, that, or the other, if they're going to flat out lie about stuff, and I see this with people who disagree with me and things that I say, and they'll just flat out lie about me. They'll forge fake tweets. They'll say this, that, and the other. And it's like, if you're going to blatantly lie about me, then what makes you think people can take anything else you say seriously about whatever the activism that you're doing?
Right.
yeah.
The whole thing is a hilarious lie.
Yeah.
I love every minute of it. Like, I have to edit this so I can crop it down because, like, he's very obviously holding a flare gun. Like, very obviously. This was a PR stunt. And then what they'll do is they'll say, oh, well, this was Well, yeah, sure, we lied, but it was to raise awareness.
Wow.
It was an example of something that could have happened, So it was good of us to do this.
We were trying to show people, just how dangerous it is out here for us. Please and thank you. It's just obviously I fired a flare and it landed right back on our boat because I'm a complete moron and we staged the panic, but it could happen to anybody.
Do you think part of this was like this flotilla is not getting the same kind of coverage as the first one that Greta Thunberg was on?
Of
and
course,
so they're like,
yes.
We're a little bit bored. We're at sea. We gotta shake things up. We gotta get back in the headlines. Like,
yeah.
And this is, I know we talked about this before, but like influencer activism is so fascinating to me because on the one hand, sometimes having an influencer attach themselves to your cause really does make a big difference.
Right.
But if you get a bunch of people who are like, I want to do media interviews about how I'm bold and brave for doing something, I think they will do unethical things to drive attention towards whatever cause they have picked.
Well, there are no wrong targets, right? It's just like the left always says that, right? What is that saying? There are no wrong tactics, only wrong targets. No, wait, is that what it is? I think so. Maybe. I forget that saying.
Well, it's just like for Greta, that's just her career because she was like going hard for all this climate change crap, and now we haven't heard her say anything about it lately because she's on this Palestine thing now.
Well, it's not as trendy anymore.
Yeah,
Everyone's
she's just
gonna
and then after the Palestine stuff, she's gonna jump to whatever else is popular next because it's nothing but a career.
Yeah, it's just a grift. Like she has no interest in saving Palestine. She's going to go and she's going to be talking about koala bears in a year. Wait, the Rumble code says not valid. Try using the link in the description. Did they already shut it off? Let me know. Let me try the link in the description.
The clock did it close today?
Yeah, make sure you sign up today because I think they're taking it away. But anyway, yeah, I mean, she's just going to go from one cause to the other and a bunch of Palestinians are going to die and she's going to forget all about it because this is what activism really is. It's who they are. It's who they want people to think they are. It's not who they actually are. Greta Thunberg is an autistic clout farming loser. And
she's been a puppet from day one. She was a little kid and they're propping her up as some climate change expert.
Well, and it was like for boomers or older generations, right? They're like, wow, this high schooler is talking about like the world, you're setting our world on fire and whatever. But I don't know that translated. I think there will be always people who are like trying to get fame because they are the most wonderful and the most virtuous in the world. It's just kind of weird. It's like kind of sad to be like, if you actually cared about this, you wouldn't make it about yourself. And that's what I feel like is happening here with all of these people. I mean, if it comes out that this guy has like his own social media following,
of course he does,
whatever. I don't know anything about him. He doesn't look familiar to me, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like if he's also a professional influencer activist, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're no different than these people who are like, let's put orange paint on these. Let's put Campbell soup on these works of art. Like then, you are doing this for your own clout.
Yep.
When you go in there, that actually isn't changing anything, right? Like you aren't changing anything by gluing yourself to a painting that is protected.
Counter.
That's protected by, everyone knows those are protected by acrylic. You're not damaging the original. You are literally LARPing.
Yeah.
That paint you put on buildings is water soluble because if it was real paint, you would go to prison for property damage.
Yeah.
But because you can just wash it off, then you get to say, it's just, you can just wash it off. It's all a joke.
The people who vandalize like famous works of art in museums for whatever cause, the environment or whatever they're into, always make me laugh because I'm like, wow, you're choosing to sit in like a perfectly temperature controlled room and yell about it. Like, okay, I see. Where were the hippies that used to tie themselves to trees and stuff? Gone are the days.
Yeah, I don't really give a crap. I also, by the way, speaking of fatigue levels, I have Israel-Palestine fatigue. Would one of them just take out the other one and be done with it? Like, I'm over it. Like, oh, another round of strikes that Donald Trump supported. Like, I just don't care. We have problems in America. I don't care about some aspy Brit who looks like Prince Adam from the old He-Man cartoons. I don't really give a crap what this broad has to say when my wife can't even go to her favorite Walmart. Like we have real problems in this country with crime and, you know, people are getting stabbed on the subway. I don't really care. I had this topic, by the way, Lyman de Coconut says, yesterday the algorithm showed me a super old video from Melly Mac's old channel where she played a Pokemon battle in Pokemon Black. This hasn't shown me any old Go Boom videos in a while. It's very weird. I saw Tim just saw Tim uploaded a video that has like 9,000 views in 2 hours. Like something is really messed up. The Chaos Guy says the casino clowns are in full force lately. They need to stop felting random YouTubers to do something productive for once. It's sad life. Hey, I mean, I think the world will always have room for that type of content. They're allowed to exist. And rather than be butthurt about it, like I just took away their SEO. So now they don't get to rank for my terms anymore. And like, I think that, you know, that people who make this type of content are entertaining to a certain group of people. You know, just as long as they stay, you know, within the lines of fairness, you're allowed to make fun of me. You're allowed to make fun of anyone you want. That shit doesn't bother me. The funny thing is, like, a lot of them have been like filling up my reply, like my Twitter threads and stuff. And like, they're really butthurt that like, I just don't give a fuck. Like if you're coming to my videos and spamming on them, I make money off you. If you're coming to my Twitch, I make money off you. If you're coming to my Twitch, I'm making money off you. Like, I literally don't care. And they're like, you're a lol cow. I'm like, I don't know. I had like 15 million views last month. I just shit out a new channel that's going to have 100,000 subscribers at the end of the month. Like, saying somebody's a lol cow doesn't actually make them one. Like, it doesn't.
Kids in your internet term. I don't know what that means.
It's fine. I let the kids have their fun. It doesn't bother me. I'll even read their super chats. You know, it doesn't bother me. Thanks for the $5. I had this other topic that Hannah Claire had for you. That was a good. Hey, Bean. She won't come over here. Honey Bon.
No,
she won't come over because this carpet is like
that cast.
Yeah, she just ran away. This like the carpet under my desk here is like Huck's zone. So she'll like come racing in here and like stop. She won't go on this carpet because she knows
is that like a German Shepherd specific trait, or your dogs are particularly observant of it?
Well, I don't think it's only German Shepherds, but they are like that. They have their own dens. They have their own, you know, kind of spaces and stuff like that. So I had this. Let's see here. I have a feeling I know what Melanie's going to say about it, but
okay.
Hannah Claire sent this yesterday so that it would trigger you. I'm going to get some water.
Trigger you.
Texas Attorney General wants students to pray in school unless they're Muslim. Uh-oh.
Beast!
A little bit of a spicy.
I love it.
Melanie, I saw this headline and I was like, why is it not an Astrocast day? I will say, I think this is obviously a little bit like attention grabbing. I think he's doing it on purpose to kind of be critical of Ken Paxton, who's running for Senate. So it's over this law, and I think you probably remember it came past, but Texas wants the 10 Commandments to be displayed in classrooms. And they're saying like, you're only okay with displays of Christianity. You're not okay with, you know, like, would you want the Quran in the classroom and things like that?
Absolutely not.
Well, it's like we're a Christian, European Christian nation. I don't think we're allowed to say that either.
Yeah, but we are. This country was founded as a Christian nation, and that's the only way that we're going to prosper is if we embrace our Christian roots and if we turn to God. If not, things are all going to go to hell in a handbasket. Look at what happened when we started embracing all of these pride parades, all of this transgender mutilation, all of these abominations to God. Look at what happened. I mean, if Kamala would have became president and we would have went further down that path, I think that we could have absolutely crumbled as a nation. We were just right there on the cusp. Look at the fall of all of the great nations is whenever they embraced degeneracy, and all of that kind of stuff. So it's just like, hey, you want this nation to prosper, we need to focus on God, and there is only one God. And the Quran and the Muslim religion is not the truth. Jesus Christ is the only way. So yeah, we just need to unapologetically have these stances of, hey, yes, let's put the 10 commandments in school. Yes, let's encourage prayer in schools to God, the only true God, and through Jesus Christ. And so, yes, the Muslim stuff should be discouraged, and we're not going to apologize for that, because if we want this nation to succeed, we need to focus on Jesus Christ.
So the counter argument has been, or like ostensibly the counter argument is, well, this is a violation of church and state. And I know when this bill came out, people are like, the 10 Commandments can be used as a historical text. Like it is something you can reference.
Well, and this is the thing too, is, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but just
go for it. I like that I picked a topic that you were passionate about.
Yeah, but this is the thing too, is the separation of church and state was meant to protect the church. It was to say that the state can't interfere with the church and overstep on the church. It wasn't to say that we can't have Christian values in our government. That is not even what that was about. So people love to misconstrue that.
Right. In France, it's supposed to be freedom like from religion. So you couldn't have any religious displays in publicly funded schools. Like you're not supposed to be able to have a cross or wear, a Star of David or whatever. It's supposed to be completely separate. But that is not.
Why did you mention the Star of David, Hannah Claire?
I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to mention religions, Jeremy. Is it only allowed to mention Christianity always?
I just thought, I don't know. I thought it was coincidental, I guess.
I'm sorry. If you don't want me to talk about, certain religions, I'll abide by your censorship, I guess.
There are no rules. Yeah.
No, but it's. I think this is what people are kind of trying to twist this into in America, that it's like, well, in public schools, there can be no mention of religion at all. Or in this case, they're saying you're only letting them talk about Christianity. And I don't think that's necessarily the letter of the law. So Ken Paxton's running for Senate. I wonder, I love Texas, Melanie loves Texas. Do you think Texans are going to be mad about his stance on this? Because it as a state has shifted slightly more blue, but overall, I tend to think of it as at least part of the Bible Belt.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the thing is I just want to see unapologetic focus on God, focus on Jesus Christ, and people can stay mad, but that's just how it is. Like we can't police people in their personal time, but when it comes to institutions like school, then we can have standards, and we can say, yes, we are a Christian nation, and having the 10 Commandments in school is a positive thing, and having a Quran in school, it would be a bad thing. Like, it's just how it is.
This is also going on in Texas.
This is the beginning of the campaign. We're serving notice to America and the world that it's time. Enough is enough. The Muslims, the people who call themselves Muslims, should not be selling haram in their stores. The pork, alcohol, and the gambling, it needs to stop. And this is a sample of the signs that we'll be using to demonstrate. I'm always glad to see a Muslim.
So here's a black guy who's a fake Muslim going around and like harassing people, harassing store owners.
Muslims, yes?
It is literally the Sharia, what do they call it? The Sharia police or whatever. They have started Sharia policing in Texas and in New York, where Muslims are going around and enforcing Sharia law, which is obviously against the law.
Was he saying that he is going to Muslim store owners and saying you're selling alcohol, you're in violation, or is he doing it to everyone?
He's going to Muslim store owners.
That's
allegedly
kind of funny. I
know it's kind of funny, but it's funny. But
they are being hypocritical. Look.
Yes, they are, but we don't have Sharia law in this country.
True.
And
I know.
I know you're just joshing, but like to me, I think it is funny. Yeah. You're Muslim? Yeah, why are you selling lotto tickets? You shouldn't be selling lottery tickets. Like, if this was a white guy doing this, then it would be hilarious. But they're actually trying to enforce Sharia law, which is insane.
And it is interesting because, like, you're saying that you wouldn't drink alcohol or you wouldn't do these things, but you're willing to sell to other people. I mean, people get mad at Chick-fil-A for being closed on Sunday, even though they're like ostensibly founded by Christians, and that's part of the values. I think it is interesting that you would have this breakage of the American Muslim community being like, you're actually not being Muslim enough. This is wrong. I don't support Sharia law at all.
Right.
But you know, it's interesting to highlight hypocrisy.
No, I kind of understand how one would want to kind of lecture their culture for not adhering to their people, right? Their own people, not in a Sharia law way, but just saying, dude, what's up with this? Like, if I were somewhere and there was, okay, this is a Christian owned establishment and they're selling pornography, and that establishment would be like, wait a minute, you call yourself Christian owned and you're selling pornography here? What's up with that? You know, I can understand wanting to have a conversation and say, what's going on? This is an insult to our faith that you're even doing this. So
let me know how this makes you feel. Chat. I want to know, like, I want you guys, you know, this is America right now.
Oh no.
Doesn't Dearborn have a call to prayer? There's some city in Michigan that has
a
call to prayer.
They play it over their loudspeakers. This is now just wait. This is Arizona. How about Minneapolis, Texas, California.
Oh, I don't like it. Don't like it.
We've been Illinois. I mean, we've been completely infiltrated. I want them all deported.
Yeah.
I put out a video today, which may be one of my more spicy ones in a long time, but like, quite frankly, I just said, you know, Muslims should be banned from America. Like, the religion should be banned.
I would not be mad at that.
It's incompatible with the West.
It is. I agree.
Have you seen the reports about the earthquake in Afghanistan?
Yes.
So they're all, and do you know this part? Like, there are all these women who are being left to die under the rubble because the only people who are coming, like the rescue teams, are all men, and they won't touch women they're not related to.
Oh.
So they're rescuing men, and then they'll rescue boys. But, like, you know, if they have to, there are some reports like, oh, well, they'll touch their clothing maybe, but like, this is not the culture that I want to import. This is not the religion that I would.
I don't want a Muslim being my neighbor if they have to save my wife from a fire.
Well, they won't.
And they won't touch her. Yeah, exactly. Like this, you know, this is just, I've been totally radicalized against the Muslim faith. I don't want any of it in America. I've seen what it did to the UK. I've seen what it's done everywhere else. And it's just, I don't want any part of it. I just don't. I'm already over it.
Yep.
But this is stuff that, like, you couldn't really say 10 years ago, you know? Like, I'm saying 10 years ago, and of course that correlates with Donald Trump's first presidency. I don't think it's totally all Donald Trump's influence. I think there are a lot of things at play, but, like, being able to be like, no, I don't like this is actually, I think, more of a new phenomenon. I think that people would talk about it quietly, or maybe amongst people they really trusted, but they would definitely know that, like, it's not a sentiment you can express, which is, I think, one of the reasons we are where we are. The fact that we weren't allowed to openly say, like, hey, I have concerns about this.
That's true. But now we've seen firsthand when you see what's happening in Europe right now. It's like, okay, and now people are starting to, okay, we better start getting comfortable having these conversations before we turn into that, because that's insanity right now.
Yeah, I think it is. I think too, and I don't know, we have, like, kind of different upbringings, even though I think you were in, like, upstate New York. We were kind of, like, weirdly around the same area. But I think that people take Christianity for granted. Like, there are some people who just, like, don't really feel a faith, or, you know, whatever. But and I have gone through phases in my life where you're, like, skeptical or critical of organized religion, right? Like, that's okay. But I think ultimately you want to live in a culture that has strong shared values. And in America, like, Christian values, we want to have a moral compass we all go back to, and that way we can collectively be like, here's where we draw lines, here's what we do for one another, here's our, you know, it dictates social obligations, it dictates all kinds of things. And I think in some ways Americans got complacent about it because it was, like, assumed Christian dominance, and so they stopped practicing the faith, they stopped going to church, they stopped passing the traditions down, and it made it easier for people to be like, well, everything is kind of the same, and just let anybody come in, or let people act however they want to, it's all kind of the same. And that's just not true.
Well, and I think a lot of people too wanted to blame a lot of problems in society on the Christians or act like, oh, you know, it was all that satanic panic and this and that. And they wanted to act like that Christians were too extreme on things. And then when we got a taste of what a more secular society is like, and once we started to see less Christianity in society and what that turned into and the craziness that happened just quick, that slippery slope that before in the past it was like, oh, these are just boomer Christians that are trying to hold people back. Love is love, this, that, or the other. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. They were actually right about the slippery slope, and they were right about a lot of things. And so now you're seeing more of a rise of people believing in God now here in the US than they were in recent history, because I think that's part of it. It's like, oh, look what happens when society stops focusing on God. Christianity actually has helped society.
Yeah, I think so too. And I mean, we talk about this a lot, like the loneliness crisis among young people, a lot of Americans, but definitely young people who feel like they don't have a purpose and they don't feel like that socially connected. They don't really know what they're doing. What was that term, NEET, where it's like you're not in education, training, you're like kind of doing nothing. I think that like that emptiness that so many people feel is a result of kind of giving up on our cultural traditions, which includes the practice of Christianity. You're kind of adrift without anything to moor you to your community, to your world. And, you know, I know some people are like, I don't need the Bible, or I have faith, but I just do it on my own. And like, you know, I think it's good if you believe, but I think there is the community component of this. And by like not going to church or by not engaging with the people around you, again, you are like letting your communities drift apart while other communities are coming in being like, well, we're going to keep practicing and we're going to be more devout and we are actually stronger together and creating some kind of dominance. It's right. It was like we were on this path for a long time, and I would like to see it reversed.
Well, and when you see people who are living without purpose and a higher purpose, and faith gives us a higher purpose, right? Jesus Christ and the truth of Jesus Christ gives us a higher purpose. When you don't have real purpose like that, then you are left to hedonism and basically living like an animal. Like, okay, well, what is going to give me a dopamine hit right now? Let me just live for the next dopamine hit. And that's just not a healthy way to live.
Yeah, I agree.
It looks like there was a thwarted school shooting that just happened.
Oh,
where?
I'm pulling it up to read some super chats. Brojul Jack says, did Mel do her research linking Islam to Baal worship yet? I need her commentary on this. I don't think she's gotten to it yet.
I'll get there.
Seven Leader says, amen on Islam. Let's have the Reconquista 2.0. This time push them all the way back to Arabia and seal it off. Darkside says, if your religion is cool with pedos, you have no place in the United States. Support all Muslims, legal or not. Skyline says, you let in one Muslim, more will come to conquer every time. Reject Islam and don't pay anything to Muslim-owned businesses. Your money will be used to bring more of them. Yeah, I stopped going when I noticed there's some local like gas stations and subways. They all are always owned by Muslim people. I just don't go there anymore. Sorry, not sorry. Like I said, it's 2025 and I'm doing and saying things I thought. Now I'm like,
hey, you're voting with your dollar. I get you.
Yeah. Look, I can get a shitty sub anywhere. I can get gasoline anywhere. I'd rather not fund the pipeline of more Muslims coming to my country. McLeod says, Texas has shifted much more red, especially in the last election. Also, Abbott went out and banned Sharia law in the state. Texas Dems had a fit earlier, and the only support was foreign, aka Soros. Faster Than You says, to help distract myself from fatigue, I bought a low-C NASCAR. I'll be racing in a local RC track. Nice. This fall, winter. Any opinion on this car? Also, Christ is and will always be king. It sounds like it's an on-road car, so you might want to make sure that track has, concrete. I don't know if it's made to run on dirt, but I'm familiar with that one. Josh is breaking. DOJ is going after the stabber now with federal charges. Death penalty is an option now. No, I don't think there. I don't think that would, because the crime happened in that state. I don't think it would make. I'm not an expert on that. I don't think they could just give him the death penalty then, because the crime occurred in a state with no death penalty. I'm not 100% sure, but Omega says, what if the drone What if it were a drone? Then someone dropped a cigarette out of their mouth, and then by happenstance there was a flammable nearby, and the cigarette ignited the flammable. Well, it's possible, but it pretty much looked like.
Then we owe that guy an apology for the craziest
yeah.
circumstance of all times.
Yeah, Doug says, in sports news, there are rumors that anti-dildo nuts have been installed in WA in-game. That's a meme. I've seen those. Those are funny video. Those are just Photoshops. Julian, maybe you've done this already, but you are not salty. Hey, I don't know. You know, I'm not sure. Tactile Sauce says, I'll take it. The Riddick says, stay safe out there. Salty Kingword says, always walk on the side of the street and behind your loved ones. Yeah. Always be aware of your surroundings, especially in cities and on public transport. That's from Pac-Man. Yeah. I agree with that. Let's see. JG says, hoping that Jeremy will use this to buy a nice water cup. I have this white Yeti that I bought when I was on vacation, and it's such a bummer, but it got totally scratched up on the way back in my luggage. I bought all these cool colors of Yeti cups at the Yeti store when I was on vacation, and they were all dinged and scratched up, and I was like, well, this sucks. And then I even used my clout. I messaged Yeti. I was like, what the fuck? These are like $30 each, and you coat them so thin that the paint comes right off. And they basically were like, yeah, tough shit. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Are you going to cover it in stickers? Don't people do that with their Yetis?
No, I wouldn't put it then. How do you wash it? I guess these get washed by hand.
Just saying, cover the scratches, make more custom. So many coffee brand coffee stickers.
I know, that's true. We need Maggie's wanted to do new coffee brand coffee stickers for a while. And we just haven't.
Is Maggie? Is she having a good Astrocast Tuesday?
She is. Yeah, she is having a good day.
Yay.
She's doing some listing some stuff up for me, and I think she had some delicious meats and cheeses for lunch.
Nice.
And she shared with Huck. What's that?
Aww.
And you had some fancy chips too. Salt and vinegar. Oh, okay. But aren't they like some fancy brand that tastes good, but they're not terrible for you? Oh, okay. So not that good. Yeah. So this, oh yeah, I didn't have, let's add this. By the way, if you want to get your questions in for the show today, all you have to do is be a member, and either on Rumble Premium or on thequartering.com. It's just $6. And if you haven't yet, you can just go to thequartering.com/join. You could submit questions every day to the show, and we'll answer as many of them as we can. Once you log into the members area, there's a big button to submit your question. It's very easy to do. You also get access to the members only Discord, where you can talk directly with us, and you can call into the show and ask questions or share your comments. Fat Jimmy says, Melanie, I'm a Christian nationalist, and Doug Wilson's scary Christian nationalist denom. Oh, in his denom. Okay. Thank you for standing up for Jesus, who is our King. Yeah, I think he was on, people said he was on Timcast. I hope he did well. Yeah, here's the link to join on the website. It's just $6, but like I'm telling you, it goes miles and miles and miles to support the channel. So hopefully you'll sign up today. You also get 2 months free if you sign up for the year. Well, let's see if we have any questions. I'll give you guys a few minutes to submit your questions. Let's see here. Let me check. I think I had one the other day that maybe I'll answer now quick. Let's see. I thought I saw one. Oh, one from Friday. That wanted Discord access. Okay. There it is. I got him. All right. I will get you Discord access. Who is this from? Was it Lone Rider? No. I'll find you. Can you make it unread, Maggie, when you find it? Okay. Okay. So there are no questions, at least yet, from the show, but let's see if we can do. Oh, I did the school shooting. I didn't talk about the school shooting thing. I just kind of casually mentioned that and then like moved right on.
It just dipped.
Yeah. Hold on here. This is one, a 13-year-old allegedly amassed this arsenal, which I find extremely hard to believe. Luke would probably say the government's involved. These all look like brand new, like Many of these weapons are $5,000 or more. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Wow.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These two
Is
are
this
cheap.
in a room where they found it? So this kid just had a giant room in his parents' basement that
He
they
had
never
a lair. Inside the terrifying arsenal lair of a boy, 13, planning a school massacre fit with dozens of guns and a chilling manifesto. Let's see. The alleged would-be killer, who has not been named, of course, was obsessed with previous mass shooters and idolized them as he hatched a chilling plot to carry on his own. Let's see if we have.
Is it a transgender? That's what I want to know.
gonna say, like-
yeah. Where's the manifesto?
Yeah.
You know, the boy's parents have not been charged at the time, which has been increasingly common. Well, you know what? A 13-year-old probably shouldn't have all these weapons. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Are they? I mean, like, but also, are we for sure they're the kids? Like,
it seems unlikely.
With
It
like
seems
even
unlikely.
Crumbly, his parents, they got charged ultimately. They're serving prison times for helping him get access to a gun. Like, how would a 13-year-old have acquired all of these?
Yeah,
So-
even just the money side of it, I look at. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Let's see, the
Playing with his
teenagers-
Pokemon cards? I don't understand.
Yeah. After cops were alerted to the teenager's threat to kill, a review of his social media found a slew of chilling posts, fascination of recent school shootings. He also posted
Recent.
pictures
Interesting.
dating back to June of him posing with guns. He made remarks referencing shootings of the 99 Columbine, 2022 Uvalde. The charges for unlawful possession of fireworks also came from an array of potential explosives recovered from the scene. Why do I have this chick on here?
Yeah, what?
Well, you know what's crazy with these ammo,
What
like
did he-
all these ammo
Harley?
boxes and guns look brand new. This one
Everything is
stinks.
so uniform too. All of those ammo boxes are all like the exact same colors.
Same one. They're
Yeah,
brand
it's the
new.
Same one.
It's like
Yeah.
bought in bulk the same day.
Yeah.
What was in the manifesto? You know, I assume that the parents owned this stuff, but I mean, you're looking at. I mean, chat, help me out. You're looking at $40,000 in guns here, $50,000 in guns, maybe. I mean,
Even for the stories, like again, Ethan Crumbly, where the parents bought him like a gun. It just seems like it's
yeah. Toby just said that's over 50K Fed shit. That's what I
What?
think too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
What is going on?
I don't believe this kid purchased these guns at all. And then, by the way, here in pistols, you've got probably another $4,000 in pistols,
Yeah.
$3 to $4,000 in pistols. You got over 50 grand in weapons here. You got another probably couple grand in
I've
ammo.
never heard of. If he's
Yeah.
making that much money and also somehow buying them himself.
Somebody's saying 20 grand. It's way more than 20 grand, bro. Like, these guns are all brand new, except for this shitty old, looks like a 22 or 30-06 and looks like a old shotgun. The rest of these are all brand new. Like, there's many, many thousands of dollars in weapons here. I do think it's curious they haven't released the manifesto, and I bet you they won't release the manifesto. Any bets on that? Willing to bet some of those are airsoft? I will take that bet. These are not airsoft.
It's hard to say. It's like it depends on man. Like it depends on a lot of things. Like, well, what is their goal with all of this? Because it doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't seem real. It just seems
Yeah.
staged. So
Yeah.
So if there is, I would really need to see what the manifesto would say before I could
Most
take
of
it
you are-
serious.
Yeah. CMK says, question for mainly Melanie. Okay.
Okay.
My 14-year-old daughter is looking for scary movies that aren't filled with sex and gore. Any suggestions? You should be asking me that
At
question.
14, I would say stick with more innocent stuff. There can be stuff that still has themes of like horror elements, but are more innocent, like Nightmare Before Christmas. You know, it's not actually horror, but I'd say stick with stuff like that for a 14-year-old. That's just
Yeah.
my opinion. I wouldn't recommend actual. I don't know.
What about the grabber black phone? There's no
Oh,
nudity
sounds
and there's
good.
no nudity and there's no gore
That's true.
in that.
That's true.
I don't think there's gore in it. There's the Chestnut Killer. That's like horror thriller. No gore, no horror. I'll tell you what I started watching last night, which is I cannot recommend because there's no nudity. Well, there's sex and there's a little sex and there is some gore. I started watching Alice in Borderland. Fucking awesome. Awesome. Like it's based on some anime. But it was like
I remember I liked the
episode-
first season. I didn't remember any sex.
episode 7 like ripped my heart out. If I don't know if you remember the heart challenge, I won't give it away.
Oh,
But their first heart challenge, I was like, it was brutal. People like that's like Squid Games. I'm like, guys, where have you been living? This has been a genre for a lot of years.
Oh, there's also
There's been a lot of genres like this.
There's a Korean one that is about like this zombie invasion that happened.
Train to Busan? Is that what you're talking about?
At the apartment buildings? There's like this guy in an apartment building, and then he ends up seeing like the girl from the apartments like across from him who also survived. They were
I don't know.
They ended up teaming up. Like chat will know, I'm sure. That one was good, and it was a lot more wholesome. Maybe chat will know what that one was called, but I really liked that one.
I can't help you with this topic at all, but I wish you luck searching for the movies.
I'm trying to think of ones that just don't have a lot of gore and that are scary. What about the classics? Like Poltergeist.
Sweet Home. I think it was called Sweet Home.
Yeah.
Let me see.
That's right, it is.
Okay.
Like the classics, like if you go through and watch all the old like Amityville or what's the one with the TV, Poltergeist, those definitely don't have nudity or a lot of gore in them. Those are good. Sinister's good. Nefarious is pretty good. That didn't have any.
Nefarious is great, and a good Christian movie as well. So,
film.
Yeah.
The
Funny
Ring.
to think of that, considering what it is.
Yeah.
The Ring is really scary, but I don't think there's any gore in it. It's might be a little much for a 14-year-old girl though.
Right.
1408, that's good too. Yeah, those are a lot of suggestions. Darkness Falls is probably good too. Yep. Penny Dreadful. I think they canceled that after like one season, but that was pretty good too. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying The Ring is good. I'm just thinking like horror movies that don't have titties or too much blood. The Shining. Actually, I'm thinking about it. What about the It remake? That might be a little too much.
I haven't even watched.
But there's no gore. I don't think there's any gore, and there's no sex. I'm pretty sure in that.
Okay.
But that might be a little intense. Like it's still super scary, and it might But Dark Crystal's not horror, is it? I mean, I guess a 14-year-old girl wouldn't care about titties. I'm talking about more like hardcore sex. Like I know those like. Wait, Poltergeist? That doesn't have any in it, does it? I don't think so.
I don't remember.
You'd have to look,
having
but I'm pretty
anything.
sure.
Yeah.
What's that one film? It's like a found footage, like 8mm or 9mm.
Okay, this isn't exactly horror, but if she hasn't seen K-pop Demon Hunter, she needs to.
Here we go. Yeah.
She needs to. She will love it, guaranteed. No doubt. No doubt.
I've heard people love it.
I'm
way better than
obsessed.
expected. Really?
It is incredible. Me and my sister-in-law, we've watched it twice together. Yeah. That's like, it's great.
How about some M. Night Shyamalan movies for the 14-year-old?
Oh yeah, those are good.
Those are usually pretty good. Like there's one called, it's not called The Cabin in the Woods because that's a different horror movie that is probably not kid friendly. But there's one with Dave Bautista in it where all these people in the cabin are like convinced that the world is ending. It's like super intense. I thought that was pretty good. I thought The Village was okay. That was M. Night Shyamalan.
I like The Village. Yeah.
I thought there's a movie where everyone's getting like super old on that island. I think that was M. Night Shyamalan too. That was pretty good. So yeah, those Shyamalans are okay. I wouldn't call them horror, but they can be scary. Like the guy, what was the one? The shape-shifting guy, that was scary. Where he kidnaps the people. That's another Shyamalama Ding Dong movie. Yeah. So anyway,
This is like an old movie, but I always loved Rear Window, which is like
sure.
it's not horror at all, but it does give you that like tension if that's what the 14-year-old is like looking for. If you want to
That
be
one's
like
good.
nervous,
Disturbia. That's another one I think.
Was it The Orphanage too? I think that
The
one's
Orphanage
really
is good. Yeah. Knock at the Cabin is that movie. Yeah. I think though.
Oh, you know, Pan's Labyrinth is really, really good.
That's two. Yep. There you go. There's lots of good ones. We're gonna see.
make a whole business out of like flagging movies that are like not too much gore, but also still cool. You know?
Right.
Yeah. Well, you don't need. I don't think like titties and sex are only like used to buoy bad horror movies.
Mhm.
Like there's a lot of bad Friday the 13th that the only thing I remember was like it was some of my earliest movie boobs. I was like, oh yeah, there was some boobies in that movie. And that's like all I remember about it. Like Total Recall, I remember the 3-boobed lady and like Arnold's eye popping out. But I don't remember a lot else about that movie. And I don't think Total Recall holds up. I might have to watch it again. I wonder if it holds up. Five Nights at Freddy's. That's another one. That's probably another one that's okay. Let's see. Let's grab a call. By the way, if you're a member, please make sure. Why did I say broadcast? There we go. Make sure you join the Discord. It's free to do once you're a member, obviously. And hopefully we can get 10 new members today. So thequartering.com/join. We've got Nate calling in today. Nate, what's on your mind? Hopefully this works.
Yeah, it does. Can
you guys hear him?
Yeah.
Oh, it worked. Okay, go ahead.
Yay.
Yeah. Good to hear from you guys. I was going to comment on the whole separation of church and state thing because I think it's kind of interesting. Originally, the separation of church and state was only meant to apply to the federal government, not necessarily the state governments. Like if you look at Maryland, it was a haven for Catholics and to a lesser extent Protestants. Pennsylvania was Quakers and whatnot. It was only after the Civil War that the Supreme Court started applying that to the state governments as well. And I feel like that was kind of a mistake in part because regardless of whether you think it should apply to the states, it's gotten to the point where it's so insane where people get offended by something religious on the side of the road and they sue the government if the government's involved in any way. And I'm hoping that'll go away because it's really toxic because it kind of stifles religious freedom. Ironically, it does the opposite. The Supreme Court, Justice Neil Gorsuch said, the Supreme Court created this construct of offended third party where you could be driving on the side of a highway and you could see, some state government having a monument in one case to World War II veterans that was on a cross, the Bladensburg Cross, if I remember correctly. And they want to sue or whatever to try and get it removed or whatever, or not have government funds. And it's kind of inverted the purpose of separation of church and state, where it's like they're going after Christians for the littlest things.
Well, they only do it for Christianity. They don't.
Right, exactly.
They don't give a shit. They don't care about Muslims doing whatever they want to do. It's only ever used against Christianity.
There's Arabic in the Dearborn Heights Police Department.
Yes. Yeah.
Logo now, and it's like, if that was Christian scripture in it, people would be freaking out.
Yep. I 100% agree.
So Christianity gets singled out, and a lot of people try and say that's just a conspiracy theory, but I just think it's really unfortunate, and that's really not what's supposed to be happening. So.
Oh yeah. Thanks for the call, dude. Always good to hear from you, Nate. Yeah. By the way, if you call in, stop being pussies. Call in. We can't have the same 3 people every week. We have hundreds of members. All right. Get your ass in the Discord and get in the call waiting queue. And if you haven't joined yet, go to thequartering.com/join. We have I have all the details almost done. Starting next week, we have awesome Halloween. And by the way, I always give away gift cards and stuff like this too. And it's really more about the community. We have a costume contest, a pumpkin carving contest coming up. I'm thinking about something else, like maybe best decorations or like best decorated house or something like that.
I like that.
So like there's going to be like all sorts of awesome stuff for you to do in the Discord. Get your ass involved. You know, go to thequartering.com/join. Join. It's $6. There's hundreds of people in the community. You're going to find like-minded people. There's a moms group in there. There's a fantasy football group in there. There's a book club. There's a meetup hub. There's all sorts of stuff. So take the plunge.
I like that Jeremy's gonna bully you guys into being a part of our community.
Look,
it's not what you think with bullying. Bullying is like
disre-
normally exclude people. Jeremy's like, get in here right now, punk.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's like I love these guys, but if it's going to be the same 3 people every week, why do call-ins? You know, like I want more people in there. I want some ladies calling in.
Come
Come on, ladies, let's go.
Yeah. I know that we have women in the Discord. I know that.
Yeah.
So, like, get your ass in there, join the Discord, or at least submit your questions on the member side of the website if you don't want to call in. That's always great too. If you're like, I don't want to call in, that freaks me out, then log in as a member and submit a question. Brooke, no disrespect for the people that call in, but
we like you guys too.
Noble, what's on your mind?
Hey. Interesting thing about Rear Window. My wife's a huge old movie buff, and that was shot entirely on one set. It never moves from that single set.
Yeah.
It can work.
Really, really good.
Yeah, it can work.
Amazing.
I mean, Nefarious basically only had one set.
Right.
I mean, they had that and then the set of Glenn Beck. They used Glenn Beck's studio, and then like that is basically, I think, the only thing there might have been a few like B-roll shots, but yeah.
Yeah. Good suspense does not need a lot of scenes. It needs good story writing.
Yep.
Agree. That's
Now, one other thing, if it's all right, going back kind of the loss of Christianity, I've done a lot of kind of looking into this and thinking about this. Where it really started to turn was actually with the advent of materialism. And so like as Darwinism and secularism and materialism started to take over in Europe and move to the US, kind of leading on the scientific innovation of the time, thinking that, hey, we've got everything figured out without God. There's still a lingering sense of materialism in the West, even with a strong return of Christianity. Jordan Peterson's a perfect example. He loves Christian ethos. He doesn't believe in necessarily a non-material world yet. And I'm putting words in his mouth, but that's what I generally get from him. And the more and more people start to realize you can't just have materialism doesn't work by itself. There has to be a transcendent reality that a material world interacts with. That's going to be where Christianity is ready. We need Christians ready to grab people as they come in and tell them, yes, you've been looking for meaning, and meaning is real, and we're waiting for you.
I love it, Noble. Thanks so much for the call. We bullied at least one person to get in here, and I want to pull them in before they get scared and leave.
Okay.
All right, Noble, appreciate you, dude.
Thank you.
All right. I literally just say things. Welcome to the show, first time caller.
Oh yeah, it's me.
It's a lady.
All right.
That's the rule.
Yeah. Hey, I'm part of the 7%.
Shout out.
So yeah, I'm at work actually, and then you were like calling us out for not calling in. So here I am.
All right. We're happy you're here.
Yeah, thanks for showing up. Shout out. See, that's why everyone has to join. There's ladies in there, guys. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Well,
I've known
I'm
people
not
who went
single,
through
but
Discord and got married.
You might
know
Get
someone who's
excited,
single.
guys. Don't forget.
But there will be single women in the chat. Hot girls in your area.
Yeah, hot girls in your area. Yeah, that's What's on your mind?
No, I just want to say a couple things to everybody. Melanie, I really appreciate everything you say. Like, I feel like if we knew each other in real life, we'd be total best friends because we have a lot in common.
Oh, I love that.
Hannah Claire, you were my favorite on Timcast, and I'm mad that you're no longer on Tim Dogs, but I'm happy that you're on here and I get to watch you. And Jeremy, I really appreciate everything.
Finally, she gets to me.
Aw.
Sorry.
Hey, I appreciate you calling in. I appreciate you being a member and having the courage to call in. And the other 93% of men who are members who are afraid to call in, just know, the ladies will call in. And,
I just want you to know, too, also, real quick, my anxiety levels are so high right now. I did it.
Great.
This is a great call. You're just being nice to everybody.
Yeah, because I'm totally a nice person. But yeah, Jeremy, I watch your videos more than Tim.
Good.
And, so you're not Debbie Downer all the time. And I really appreciate that too, because like Tim does a lot of negative, like the world is coming to an end content. And that just affects me so much. And you and Proud are keeping it together and like are fun, and you're more down to earth and more relatable than Tim.
I love
and
this.
Other people watch. So I don't know if anybody's ever said that to you before, but
No, I don't think so. The girls on the show called me, said I was late because of having homosexual sex. That's what they told me. So I needed that. I needed that boost today.
Hey, like with my anxiety, I just really appreciate your positive content. You know, it's not always everything's terrible all the time. We're all gonna die.
Exactly.
So,
I love it.
I appreciate that.
You crushed it. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Oh, she did so good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, she was so sweet.
Yeah, she did so good. See, she did sound very nervous, but guess what? She pushed through it. And
I love it.
What a nice person to push through your own nerves to just like tell us nice things. Like that's
I know. Yeah.
I love this community. That's great.
Yeah, it's great. And then we've got one last call. Everybody's favorite corrector, and the corrector in chief is here. Hey Omega, what's up?
As I was saying,
Yeah.
no, I'm kidding. To be honest with you, going back to what I was
let me
saying,
let me ask you. Have you, because I know you love all that Afghanistan animation stuff, the Japanimation stuff. Did you watch Alice in Borderland?
No. To be honest with you, I'm more of an old school kind of guy. I mentioned that before. Robotech era and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot you're an old head. Anyway, go.
Yeah, the new school stuff. I can't wrap my mind around.
Well,
it
it's not an anime. It just happens in Japan.
Right.
And it's like I hate saying this, but it's like Squid Games, but it's better. I think it's way better. But anyway, yeah.
I might take a look at it. Where could I find it?
It's
on Netflix, I think.
It's on Netflix and or the Open Seas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I might go for option B.
What's on your mind today?
Well, to be honest with you, okay, going back to what I was saying before, I'm on Team Snake when it comes to Snake versus Sam Fisher. And even Rooster Teeth had said that Snake was probably overall better than Sam Fisher in espionage.
Gay.
Didn't Rooster Teeth Rooster Teeth go bankrupt? I'm pretty sure they shut down.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. However, Death Battle actually did give a very good analysis on why. Mostly because their fight ended up boiling down to who could out-hack whom. And Sam Fisher's network was hacked several times, and Snake's was never hacked.
Huh.
That we know of.
No, Otacon is actually pretty good, whereas I can't remember her name. She kind of sucks. But but now going to that's to finish up what I was trying to bring up last week. Now you mentioned something about the shops in the area. Here's something that I wanted to mention to you, Jeremy. A lot of people get the two confused. Arabs and Chaldeans. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
Chaldeans are part of the Kurdish group, and Kurdish people are pretty much a mixed bag. They're mostly North Iraqi and stuff. Most of your
They fought the
Chaldeans.
Taliban, right? The Kurds.
Yes, they did, but
Yeah.
yeah, but now you have, like I said, Kurds are a mixed bag because some Kurds are commies.
Oh,
So,
okay.
like I said, specifically, the Chaldeans are a mixture of Coptic Christians as well as Catholics. Now, I have my own personal misgivings against Catholicism, but I don't necessarily besmirch Catholics for differences that I have with them. I mean, I was raised Catholic, and to be honest with you, I took my own journey and research and realized, yeah, here are 108 reasons I don't agree with your faith. Now the point that I'm just trying to say is, yeah, they tend to resemble Arabs, but they, as far as their culture, as far as their religious practices, they tend to be rather compatible with America, the Chaldeans.
Hmm. All right. Well,
Now,
Chaldeans can come in. That's
I don't know.
fine.
Maybe just no immigration. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're full.
Oh,
America's
gee.
full. America's full.
Now for Hannah Claire B. Now I had no idea that you were in Michigan at any point. To be honest with
Not
you,
yet.
Were you the black guy that was like, "Girl, get your baby off the street"?
Oh, that
No,
was it.
more than likely, if I just so happen to be in that area, I'd be the other. I would be the 5 foot. I would be the 5'7" ex-military black guy that would look at him, look at her, and say, "Hey, leave her alone, or you're gonna have some problems."
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, thank you.
And then now, Melanie, this one's
Okay.
for you. To be honest with you, it's probably going to help you in your Christian walk to figure out terms in the original languages, because one of the biggest I like to call cum hoc ergo propter hoc fallacies that Christians always seem to fall into because they have no idea what they're talking about, right? Okay, this is controversial, but the term Baal is always mispronounced as Baal. Baal just means Lord in Old Hebrew, and Baal just literally, it's a generic term that means Lord. Now you have Baal Zebub. Baal Zebub was the Lord of the Flies, for example, which was some kind of deity that prevented people from being bitten by mosquitoes and stuff like that. But the thing is that in that old dialect, non-Jews and this is before Christianity, non-Jews would call the God of Israel Baal Yah, which was technically close because the name could have been Yahuwah or Yahuwah. So that's where you get Yahweh from. Yahweh. Yeah, and Jehovah from Yahuwah. That's Jehovah. But the fact of the matter is that to say Baal and how it's connected with this and the other, you could be talking about anything because there was just not one Baal. There were several Baal. And as a point of reference, Baal Zebub is where we get the word Beelzebub from. And then the other interesting thing is that Judaism went from being henotheistic to monotheistic, and there was even a schism in that. The schism created the what's that? What are they called again? They were called the Samaritans. The Samaritans just are practically follow the same first 5 books of the Torah, but they don't agree with most of the Tanakh because most of that, the rest of the Old Testament, most of that was written during the captivity in Babylon. So you have the people that were left behind when Babylon came in. Those were the Samaritans, and the ones that were sent over to Babylon, those were the ones we call the Yehuda or the Jews.
I was not ready for all of that. I was checking out in the last 5 minutes of the show. I was like getting ready to check out. But that
I'm
is
sorry.
No. That was very interesting. And I always appreciate your call, dude. And I appreciate you being a positive Patty, a good mood guy in the community. Because I like having you there. And I appreciate that education, man. Thank you.
Yeah, not a problem.
All right.
Thank you.
I see we got one more we got a first time caller,
All
ladies.
right.
Scary guy. What's up?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Welcome.
Good. I just want to say, first of all, I love Estercast.
Yes. Astrocast.
The Bestrocast.
Mm-hmm.
No offense, Jeremy, but my favorite shows are when you've got Hannah Claire and Melanie Mack on. So
Hey, there's a reason I hired him. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Brought us all together.
I'm not offended. Yeah.
But I just wanted to real quick about the whole. Somebody had asked about. Horror movies,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I was kind of surprised you guys didn't suggest Bruce Campbell versus the Army of Darkness.
Well, because she said without gore.
It doesn't have gore in it.
It doesn't?
Oh.
All right. Bruce Campbell and the Army of Darkness. Shout
I don't
out.
know if I've seen
Now,
that.
Evil Dead 2, yeah, kind of.
Oh, okay. When you said that, my brain heard Evil Dead. So you're saying the Bruce Campbell one is good. Is fine.
Bruce Campbell versus the Army of Darkness. It's funny and it's technically horror, and there's no sex, there's no nudity.
Love it.
Okay.
All right.
Hey,
Just
thanks,
wanted-
scary guy. Don't be a stranger.
Thank you.
All right, bye. All right. Now, if you too want to call into the show, all you have to do is go to thequartering.com/join and sign up. But more importantly, I want you in the community. I want you to participate in all the cool stuff we got going on in October. I think we're going to do a gift exchange, maybe a Secret Santa thing for Christmas. Maybe we'll do something like that, something for Thanksgiving. So we got lots of fun stuff coming up. Ladies, tell the people where they can find your channel, and don't forget to leave the Discord, where they can find your channels and how they can support you before we check out here.
You can find my work on Rumble and YouTube. I'm Hannah Claire B. Like I said, I have a new video up right now. So if you guys want to go check that out, that would be very cool. And you can also find me on X, Hannah Claire B there as well. I'll have a new video up in a couple days. Melanie, tell them where they can find all of your work.
All right. Right now, I am focusing on my Bible channel at Bible Time with Melanie Mack, and then my gaming streams at Melanie Mack. So would love to see y'all there.
And, wherever you're watching now, I'm happy to have you. Just make sure you subscribe or follow so you don't miss our show. And also, if you're a Rumble viewer, no more ads, access to members-only videos, free month before they take it away, down in the link with promo code FREEQUARTERING, or go to thequartering.com/join. Both support the show equally, but one of them gives you no ads on Rumble, which I understand is a good thing. So hopefully you'll join today. And we'll see you tomorrow, Wednesday, with Luke and Hannah Claire B. I don't know if we have a guest tomorrow or not. I feel like we do, but I can't be totally sure.
It's a surprise to us all.
Yeah, tune in to find out. And we will go see Viva Fry. So everyone go say hi to Viva. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.